Good morning, my respected employers, my HR fraternity colleagues and friends, cross functional colleagues and friends across the companies. Today, I am going to talk about another dimension of world class practices, that is, world class services. In my last video, I talked about world class manufacturing. Though the foundation of world class manufacturing and world class services remains the same, yet there are some paradigm differences between manufacturing and services. In the present and future, companies should focus and continue to focus in customer satisfaction and customer delight at a higher and higher level, as because expectations of the customers are growing day in, day out with socio-cultural changes, socio-economic changes as well across the globe. So, by way of satisfying and delighting the customers, organizations need to focus on as to how to win the customer and outperforming the competitors. Competition will always prevail, will always go on to be a challenging factor for all the organizations, may whatever be, may whatever come. In order to do that, or in order to win customers and outperforming competitors, organizations need to have high performing team in the organization. That means right from talent acquisition to talent management to talent development has to go in such a way that an organization contains or have the combination of people who are high performing in whatever they do, in whatever functions they are involved in. So, high performing team can only give value or add value to compete over competition or overperforming or outperforming the competitors. Now, what are the pillars of a high performing team, or what are the attributes of a high performing team? Number one, there has to be a common purpose derived from the organization's vision, mission, and objectives. Of course, the objective must have been derived from the circumstances and business environment and taking into consideration the competition strategies, competition status, and competition scenario across the same industry, similar industries, or cross product industries. So there has to be a common purpose, and all the high performing team members has to added to the common purpose in letter and spirit. Second comes to perform. Each and every individual in the organization, each and every function of the organization has to have clarity of roles, so that performance as also measurement becomes two end-to-end parameter for the organization's overall performance and productivity as also capability level. Third, and the most important, is acceptance of the leadership. Top performing team will perform only when leadership is accepted, and leadership has to be dynamic, has to be credible, has to be matching, has to have the values and principles according to the vision and mission of the organization as set out. Then comes the question of systems and processes. An organization, a high performing organization, has to have and has to be driven by systems and set out processes across all the stages, all the steps, all the functions, all the aspects, all the issues whatsoever. Another one factor and most important factor, when the word team is used, is a solid, trustworthy, beneficial, coordinated and collaborative relationship across individuals, across functions, and across all the aspects of the stakeholders inside and outside the organization. Another, but not the least, is whatever we have said: common purpose, clear roles, acceptance of the leadership, systems and processes, solid relationship, all are requiring a very effective organizational communication process that has to be transparent, that has to be meticulous, that has to be productive. So, high performing team is focused to create value for the organizations, and in this process the following questions need to be asked very categorically. Number one, what is customer value and customer satisfaction and customer delight? We need to set parameters of all these three: satisfaction and customer delight, two. Now second is how the leading organizations deliver higher customer value and customer delight. That means what they do to satisfy the customers and to delight the customers, and that has to be and there has been benchmark has to be set, studying in depth of the similar industries, similar organizations across the globe. Third is how can companies attract and retain talent. Attracting customer requires certain parameters which are elaborative. It is not possible for me to explain all these in this short video. So, customers are to be attracted in various ways, various methods, using various tools and various mechanisms, so on and so forth. More tough is the job of retaining the customer. Customer can be attracted, and more challenging is how to retain the customer, and for that entire set of the high performing team has to set their goal, their steps, their action plan as to how to retain, and how to retain the customer. And fourth, how can a company deliver total quality services to its customer end to end? That includes entire set of stakeholders inside and outside, internal and external, including shareholders. To note, I should say, if the performance matches the expectation, then the customer is satisfied. And more particularly, if the performance exceeds expectation, then customer is delighted. Here is the difference between customer satisfaction and customer delight. Every organization has to focus as to how to make customer delight with their products and services. We are talking of services, so world-class services is a mechanism, is a tool, is a process, is a system-oriented drive to ensure customer services at world-class level so that customers are attracted and customers are retained. We also in that also, as I said in my earlier video, QCDIP, that is quality, cost, delivery, innovation, and productivity. In services also, these five letter is equally important. 5 words are equally important, and every high performing team need to have in-depth training and learning and relearning of these 5 terminology: quality, cost, delivery, innovation, and productivity. And customer index, I should say, it is something like customer delight equal to customer perceptions divided by customer expectations. If we calculate this by way of surveys, by studies, we will be coming to know whether our customers are satisfied or customers are delighted, and how much is satisfied and how much is delighted. Organization must focus on customer delight part, and that is what my topic today. Hopefully, I could make understand the essence of world-class services to practice in all the organizations, in as much as service is much more important as on date as and the future as well, to satisfy customers, delight the customers, retain, get the customers, attract the customers, and retain the customers. Hopefully, in description, I have given some more detail, and the viewers of my audience will take the trouble to read little bit on that as well, besides what I said. And in case of you need any organization need my support in this, I have the experience of around 9 years in this particular domain in a large conglomerate, multinational conglomerate in India, and all the basics I have, all the foundations I have, all the materials I have,